it wasn't too long ago that these two guys had an alliance. I know when it comes to the world title, Gage is probably willing to throw all that right out the window.
But the world title breaks any alliances.
Wasn't there an opening bell?
I heard something, but what I see, I may have heard that, but what I see is the new world champion, Jon Moxley.
You just saw the #1 contender pull a snot rocket at him, my God. Mox taking his newly won championship and going home.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, for the introductions. From National Park, New Jersey. The man who runs his fucking arena. The next CCW World Heavyweight Champion. Nick fucking Gage. And his opponent, weighs in tonight at 222 pounds and hails from Cincinnati, Ohio. He is the current reigning and defending CCW World Heavyweight Champion, Street Dog Jon Moxley.
Jake, I'm telling you right now, Gage may have actually just made a tactical error by spitting in the face of Jon Moxley. Jon Moxley, I'm sure he was more than well prepared to defend his world title, but now, not only is he defending his world title, but he's going into the match pissed off.
Yeah, but here we go. Walking on pins and needles. March 13th, 2010. The CZW World Championship on the line. Jon Moxley defends against the man, Nick Gage.
This is going to be an absolute war here. Moxley winning the title back at our anniversary show when he took advantage of an injured B-boy and delivered not one, but 3 hook and ladders in a row, planting his face in the center of that ring, and got the cover to become the new World Heavyweight Champion.
Does anybody embody the spirit of CZW more than this man, the man, Nick Gage?
It's kind of amazing. It wasn't all that long ago that Nick Gage turned his back on the fans. Said it wasn't about them anymore. Didn't care what they thought. But the man can do no wrong. These people love him.
He's a lovable character.
What?
Yes, I said that with a straight face. These people love him because of what he's willing to give to the fans. Yes, he may hate them. It's a love-hate relationship. Right now they love him, and tonight they want to see him become the CZW World Champion. Oh, the hottest act in CZW, Jon Moxley.
Jon Moxley has his favorite weapon of choice, a fork, and he is carving up the head of Nick Gage. Oh, good Lord.
This is not a sight anyone wants to see, except for maybe Jon Moxley. If you can bust open Nick Gage early, he's going to lose a lot of blood in this match, and that's going to take away his energy. And as the match goes, he will lose his energy, and Moxley will be able to beat him.
You know, it was only, well, actually, it was several months ago. You actually had not yet joined us here in CZW, and I'll tell you what, I saw Jon Moxley take on brain damage with nothing more than a fork These two absolutely, it was a gore fest. There was blood everywhere.
That fork symbolizes the competition he's been eating alive, but how long are you gonna keep Nick Gage down? Not long.
Oh, big power slam, hooks the far leg.
You know, Nick Gage wants his banner on the wall, but tonight he wants nothing more than to become the CCW World Heavyweight Champion.
It's the most important thing to him in the world.
Most important thing to everyone in the locker room.
What is that, a cane of legs of metal pipe?
Whatever it is makes a hell of a sound and sends a hell of a shiver down the leg of Jon Moxley, who is down.
Right to the hamstring, he caught him. He's got it in the man's mouth.
Yeah, I had a dirty name for this move I'm not gonna say, but what I will say, it's very effective. The deep rope submission by Nick Gage, and now he's got a pizza cutter.
Gage now armed with his favorite weapon of choice.
He went from the deep rope deathlock to the pizza cutter. He's gonna carve up the World Heavyweight Champion.
If Moxley's not careful, his new name might be DiGiorno's. He's trying to stop it. He didn't succeed. Look at this. Look at this. He's just raking back and forth across the forehead of the champion.
Nick Gage will do whatever it takes to be CCW World Champion once again.
Nick Gage looking like a psychopathic ghoul here. Just absolutely carving away at the man.
You know, we should bring up that Drake Younger's historic title reign began when he was finally able to defeat Nick Gage in July of 2008.
Look at the blood shooting over the head of Mox. This does not bode well for the champion at all. And this crowd is eating it up.
Nick Gage is getting carried away with his ultra-violent ways. It's the story of his career, but if he ends the story here of this match, it will end with him being world champion. Look at Moxley's face already.
Good God, look at both of these men. Covered. Mox clearly getting the worst of it.
Oh yeah, both men have already been busted open. I think the blood actually, you know, it kind of...
Oh, look at this. Gage going for the choke breaker. Mox counters. Tried for the hook and ladder. Gage countered. And ran right into the drop kick by the champion.
You know, Nick Gage got this match because he won a battle royal featuring former champions here in CCW at the anniversary show. But let's not forget, he also beat DJ Hyde in an unlucky 13 staple gun match in that show and laid out DJ Hyde earlier in the night to get the Boston attention.
Mox now with the kendo stick swinging for the fences. Gage just ducked out of the way. Inverted atomic drop. Going for the Boston Crab now, and he sits down. Look at all the torque. Look at all the pressure on the spine of Moxley.
Bending Moxley in half, a bleeding Moxley. This is actually sending more blood shooting out of the forehead of Jon Moxley was that Boston Crab. Nick Gage knows how to make a man bleed. It's his specialty.
Slingshot. Moxley actually overshot the top turnbuckle and hit his head on the ring post. Oh! Kendo stick right to the breadbasket. Good God. Oh! And one to the shoulder.
This is just a beating by Nick Gage. Moxley drew first blood, but Nick Gage is going to make sure he draws last blood.
Good Lord. Should we call the police or something? I mean...
The most ultra-violent athlete in CCW history, Nick Gage, is on a rampage in this world title match.
Right now, it's looking less like a match and more like a mugging. Moxley, though, countered. Oh! And he's just raining blows down on the cranium of Nick Gage.
Yeah, Moxley not to be outdone. He knows he's going after the wound on Nick Gage's head that he used the fork to open.
You know, and Gage also was in action earlier this afternoon at the WXW show and was actually backdropped all the way into the front row. So we don't actually know what condition Nick Gage might be in going into this matchup. And he's never one to show his cards.
Well, he's not showing much now.
Oh, swinging neck breaker.
And look at how quick Nick Gage moves. He hit the move, and now he's gone to the outside. Speaking of things that...
Mox, run. Just run. There's nothing wrong with it. The man set up a guardrail to do you in.
Look, if you ever achieve success like Jon Moxley has by becoming the world champion of CZW, the #1 in alternative wrestling, you would not run from a fight. You would do whatever it takes to retain your title. He's not going to run from Nick Gage, even though he should.
Yeah, but if he runs from Nick Gage, he will retain his title.
Not if Gage catches him. And would you want to make Nick Gage angry?
Oh, SCF now. Mox has Gage trapped. Gage only a couple feet from the ropes, but he doesn't have the reach to make it. He might be fading too. Like you said, the blood loss might come into play here.
Yeah, and that cane might come into play here in just a second.
Oh, STF with a kendo stick.
The STF cuts off the flow of blood to the brain, but the kendo stick flows up the oxygen to the esophagus.
It looks like Mox himself feeling the effects. Ran out of gas there.
Yeah.
Actually had to relinquish the hold.
Well, he's bleeding heavily already.
And Gage makes it to the bottom rope.
Gage does what he has to do there. But if I were Moxley, I would have tried to hold on a little bit longer. Easier said than done, considering what's already happened to Moxley in this match. But
considering Mox might be a plank low at this point.
Very well, maybe he got carved up with a pizza cutter. It's just flat out disgusting. But that's not going to stop Moxley. He wants to retain that title. This is his first defense, his first opportunity to show everyone in CZW why he's the best.
Oh, and he puts on the brakes.
Puts on the brakes, but he forgot Nick Gage was right behind him.
Gage full head of steam. Oh! Good God! Backdrop right onto that guardrail.
And if Moxley can get Gage in the center of the ring and give him a pinfall, this might be how Jon Moxley retains the championship.
I would say we could get him in the ring and cover him. It's elementary at this point.
You would think that, but this is Nick Gage we're talking about.
I don't care. Look at the guardrail. It's folded in half. Not to mention the human body that landed on it.
Yeah, the guardrail's folded in half. The guardrail's beat up. Look at Nick Gage. Look how beat up he is, and look how he keeps coming back. There's a reason he's a former world heavyweight champion.
Gage now shockingly making his way back to his feet. I guess I shouldn't expect anything less at this point.
No, you shouldn't. But sometimes the most stressful situation for a champion is that first title defense. Once you get past that, after that, you can truly establish your reign. And Jon Moxley has perhaps the toughest man in CZW to deal with, Nick Gage.
Which reminds me, think about the heartbreaker for the former champion, B-Boy, re-injuring that left arm that he injured a few years ago at Best of the Best in the finals against Joker.
Maybe a victory! Look at that guardrail now! Look at the two bodies on top of it! Neither are really moving at all!
Look at the pain etched in the faces of both of these men. Gage is trying to cover him on the guardrail. It doesn't work that way. You've got to get him back in the ring. Gage going on instinct there. Hit a big move and went right for the cover.
That's a sign of a champion right there, but next time he has to make sure he's in the ring when he goes for the cover.
Would help.
Assuming he can get back in the ring, he's down, the champion's down, and Dewey Donovan is confused. He wants to help up Gage, I think, but he also is going to be close to Moxley.
We're talking dislocated disc at the very least. That's some serious chiro time right there.
Both these men are letting it all hang out to call themselves the CZW World Champion. They're leaving it all in the ring.
And Moxley is absolutely writhing in pain. And look at Gage now.
Yeah, Gage is moving pretty slow to the top after that. You can blame him.
Oh, what a headbutt right to the sternum. Hooks in your leg. That's got to do it right there. But it doesn't.
Jon Moxley is proving why he's CZW champion right there. Able to kick out of that big move by Nick Gage off the top after that suplex on the guardrail.
Both men struggling to even get to their feet.
There is no one else in the sport of professional wrestling right now like Jon Moxley, and he is proving that.
Moxley truly climbing the mountain. Becoming the world champion last month. And what a test here. Now these guys just absolutely exchanging shots in the center of the ring here. Oh! Open hand slap. Seemed to woke Mox up. Mox goes for the figure 4.
And that's what you gotta do. Even if this doesn't make Nick Gage tap out, it will weaken his legs, which means when Nick Gage goes to swing something at you, he won't have the same force because he won't be able to take that extra step. Think of it as when you swing a baseball bat. You take that extra step for more force. If Gage goes to swing a chair or that kendo stick, he won't have the same power.
Well, you know, when the Hate Club took on the Best Around, which I'm sure you're very happy because I mentioned the Best Around right now, this is actually the move that TJ Cannon used to beat Nick Gage.
Nick Gage's legs have been through a lot already in this match, just for the simple fact that when you land on a suplex, giving it like he did, you land back first, but your legs definitely come up and send a shockwave through the whole trunk of your leg, really, the upper half, the quad.
Gage manages to turn Mox over, countering. Now the pressure is all on Mox's legs, and Mox just turns around and grabs that bottom rope, knowing exactly where he was.
Look at Gage basically refusing to break it. Both men's legs are definitely in jeopardy here. They're going to need them. You lift with your legs when you lift a man up. You run with your legs. They're a very key part of when you're in the middle of a battle.
How about you stand with your legs?
Well, that too. And you
oh, look at this! Mox with an inside cradle.
And you hook with your legs when you go for a small package.
Oh, and what a brain buster!
And Moxley goes for the ropes. In most cases, that'd be a smart idea, but not when you're in the ring with Nick Gage.
Oh, wrong pound in town for Jon Mox. Oh! And there's the face wash. Mox could be out right here. I mean, he could be unconscious.
This crowd wants one more time, but it looks like Nick Gage has other ideas. It's questionable, but maybe Nick Gage should have went for a cover right there, just in case.
It's not enough for him to become the champion. He has to destroy the current champion in the process.
Well, he should become champion and destroy the champion after the belt. This should be his goal.
Gage now throwing Shawnee into the ring.
Well,
or tried to. Was he going to use Shawnee as a weapon?
As good as anything else. Now Dewey threatens Shawnee to get in the ring.
Oh!
Right to the head of Jon Moxley.
Gage absolutely clocked him, nailed him right between the eyes with that chair shot.
Yeah, now Gage is forcing, Dewey and Gage in the combo, forcing Shawnee to set that table up in the ring. And you can see the blood loss is getting Nick Gage.
Doesn't Shawn have enough to do with what he does around here?
Look, no matter what he does, it's not more important than what Nick Gage tells him to do. Would you agree?
Yeah, I can't argue with that one.
We're getting 2 tables, and if you look on the outside, Dewey Donovan is now providing a barbed wire board for Nick Gage to attempt to dismantle Jon Moxley with.
Quick question. Honestly, please tell me, why do we have things like this just lying under the ring?
Because Nick Gage needs to use them if he plans on becoming CZW World Champion. He attempted to wipe the face off. Oh, God.
Oh, powerbomb into the barbed wire.
I was gonna say how he well, this is a good idea.
Lackadaisical cover on the part of Gage there.
You know what? I think Nick Gage is entranced by what Dewey Donovan is forcing Shawnee to set up. He's entranced by it. I think he almost wanted Moxley to kick out there.
Also, now that you mention it,
how is this gonna work?
Could be a simple case of the fact that Mox had to actually kick out in barbed wire, ripping barbed wire from his own flesh in the process.
And driving it into other portions of his body. That's what happens there.
This looks like...
Nick Gage is not happy.
This looks like there's going to be a car accident, is what it looks like. This looks like it's going to be a catastrophe for Jon Moxley and his world title reign.
This is an unhealthy situation for Jon Moxley. If Nick Gage hits whatever he has planned here, we will have a new world champion, and Nick Gage will regain.
Oh, Mox got a hold of the pizza cutter. Oh, my. Gage.
A weapon Gage brought into this match. our resourceful world champion is Jon Moxley.
Gage apparently didn't put his toys away. Mox there to pick him up. And now Mox is in control of this matchup. And it's Gage that's in a bad way.
Gage's own contraption may backfire on him if Moxley hits this.
Jake, this is a very, very dangerous situation. Oh, no good can come of this, and no good came of it. Gage absolutely just folded in half in that barbed wire. But his shoulders aren't, is his shoulders on the mat?
Well, the world champion better strike quick, because he has pissed off the ultraviolet warrior, known as the Man, Nick Gage.
I'll tell you something else he did. Severely injured Nick Gage. And now, Mox setting Gage up.
The adrenaline rush these two men must be feeling cannot be described.
Oh, hook and ladder on the chair, are you kidding me? And he hooks the far leg, and he gets it. No, no.
The time, 17 minutes and 48 seconds.
Yes?
Your winner, and still, CCW World Heavyweight Champion, Jon Moxley.
Can you explain to me, Greg Excellent, what precisely does a street dog do?
Not 100% sure. I once ran over a beagle in my '85 Firebird.
Yes, yes. So you have experience with the street dog, is what you're telling me.
If that were the case, I'd be CZW World Heavyweight Champion.
One would presume that being a street dog entails some sort of explicit Mox violence, which is what his trunks indicate to me. I have no idea what that means precisely, but no, I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. These trunks make no sense. What the shit, Mox? What the shit, Johnny Mox? Oh, wrestling. I won't have it.
Craziness.
I won't have it.
Oh, deathmatch show, Danny Havoc.
I don't like it. Oh, quick reversal by my man, Devin Moops, or as we like to call him in the States, the Cousinator.
Devin Moore getting a shot at the CZW World Heavyweight Championship. Last night, Jonathan Moxley defeated one Daniel Siberius Horatio.
Slapped the gum out of his mouth. Cocky bastard got what was coming to him.
Last night for Jon Moxley. Good job, man.
Hey, thanks, man. I try. Oh! Big tilt-a-whirl head scissors. Jon Moxley's up. Eats the boot to the face, and he's outside. Devin Moops ready to fly. Oh, he's motivated now. You never see this Devin Moops in America. No, notorious.
What an accomplishment this would be for Devin Moore, having never been CZW World Heavyweight Champion, to defeat Jon Moxley on foreign soil and take it back to Manny-Young.
Yeah, cuz. I got the title, cuz.
Oh, big right hand.
Wow, that was just fucking painful. Can we get some Devin Moore commentary over here? Right there, son?
Yo, cuz.
I got Devin Moore right here. I'm on the commentary for my own match. He's extremely multi-talented, that Devin Moore. Oh, hops over. Up. Oh! Big high. Moonsault to the outside. I thought Devin Moore at 38 years of age was too old to do that, but he has proven us all wrong.
He does
He can go well into his 40s.
Devin Moore having turning over a new leaf as of late last few months, gaining the trust of one Danny Havoc.
He is certainly proven to me that he is a worthwhile person to have in your corner, something that I admittedly was skeptical about early on, but when I needed him and my truest friend stabbed me in the back, or the person I thought was my truest friend, Devin Moore stepped in and took my side in spite of the fact that, oh! Big spin kick while he's on his knees. In spite of the fact that I had said some disparaging things about him, he came to my aid.
Not to cut you off, Devin Moore to the top, High Rent District. Oh!
High Rent District.
I got that from Salamander Jones. I thought a little bit of him should be here.
Oh, absolutely. But only that much. Oh, big money clip by Jon Moxley. It's a very painful move to receive because there's no momentum that you can, even on a suplex, something like that, maybe you can kind of roll through a little bit, but that one just lands you right on your shoulders, just a straight vertical drop.
I'll tell you what, Jon Moxley, a lot can be said. Jon Moxley is just as tough as they come. He's gone through some bitter battles. Of course, last night against you, Daniel, Tiberius, Horatio, Ulysses, Havoc. Several battles with Nick Gage. We know how tough he is. We just saw him just previously defeat Adam Pollock for the CCW title.
Everyone, Kevin Pollock?
Kevin Pollock.
Kevin Pollock was on the show?
Cable Ace Award winner.
I really liked him in The Usual Suspects. I believe that's Polak, as in a reference to his,
Pollock, Polak,
Yeah,
whatever. I prefer, over a cross arm breaker.
Devin Moore fighting it. Moxley gives it up in favor of cockiness. Oh, good job. Moves eats the turnbuckle. Reversal. What do we got here? I get excited about that move. It makes me
It's
happy.
cool looking.
Yeah, I like it, right?
Reversal by Moxley. More to the corner.
Oh.
Moxley eats one.
I think Moxley's eating more than we know.
Moxley eats two.
Not be the first time.
Devin to the top. Big sunset flip. Roll through.
Rolls through. No, Moxley's got him. Come on, Dev.
Oh, Mox, just a straight power bomb into the corner.
Deceptively strong, this guy.
New world champ! Oh, kick out of two. Oh!
Eats the boot to the face.
Dude, 1, 2!
Tribute to the fallen Trent Acid, I would say. The Yakuza kick, cuz.
I'm over, cuz.
Trading shots now. Who's gonna get the better? We shall see. Oh, Jon Moxley.
Jon Moxley, known for the low road.
Yeah, opts not to be too,
Oh! Dude, we're reversing a vicious DDT. Shades of Jake the Snake.
oh.
Iron Saw cover 1, 2! Oh!
I was gonna do that, but then I was like, oh, I suck at that. So I didn't. But Devin Moore did. So the fans gotta see it and everyone goes home happy. Super kick? No. Blocks. Throws the foot down, going for the hook and ladder. Hook and ladder. Oh. Moves rolls through into the buckle. Wow. Son of a bitch. I thought he had it there, man. I would love to see Devin Moore come home as the World Heavyweight Champion. That would be such a fun plane ride. He'd be so... Oh! Out of nowhere with the cutter.
Oh, hook and ladder.
Oh, god damn. That is a vicious move. No chance of protecting yourself on that. No! Devin Moore's out! Devin Moore's out! Come on, Dev. You got me on the plane. You can win this title.
Shoot star. Crowd chanting shooting star from Jon Moxley. I don't know if he's got it.
I'm not entirely certain that that's likely. Crossbody! Oh! Drop kick. Lands on his back. I was hoping for the crossbody. Devin Moore, on the other hand, might have it in him, and he does! And he fucking does! Oh, come on! Come on! What the fuck, man? Summoning lariat! He threw off the elbow pad. He's summoning the super kick. No! Come on! Reverse low blow. Devin Moore opting not to be too noble either. Playing down to Jon Moxley's level. Moxley takes the super kick, still on his feet, but staggered. Moves is up, what's he got? Crossbody! No, 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 no! Unacceptable. Unacceptable, Gregis.
Talk about sneaking out the back door. That's as close as they get.
It's a situation Drake Younger is more familiar with than anyone else in the history of this company. It is why he's the greatest champion. And it's moves like that, rounding a man, stretching him out, is why Drake Younger was the most successful champion we've ever had.
Call me old-fashioned. I miss the old Drake Younger that came out and, you know, fought for these fans, fought for his pride. Now he's signed a lucrative deal. He's a sellout, man.
4 figures, buddy. I would sell out for 4
I'll be
figures.
honest, that's like $12,000 a year. He's gonna get taxed now. He's gonna get 1099. You gotta think about it that way.
He's going to be eating good, and he's going to be able to eat if he wants to use the world title as a plate. So when he's finished his meal, he can just look at it all the time.
That's just plain disrespectful. I'm sorry.
I'd probably bump that.
Oh, good job.
You know, the interesting about Moxley, though, is I believe last month you actually said he was a dominant champion. That's actually not the case. It's that Moxley has been a successful champion because he always finds a way to win. He's a clutch player.
Oh, the Hulk Hogan of CZW.
No! That move always works in world title matches.
Didn't work in this one. Moxley had jammed his knee there.
Jammed his knee up, and Drake Younger knows exactly what to do. He knows to attack the knee. He's like a pit bull in that ring. He's latching onto the leg, and he's twisting it out of the socket.
Oh, are you kidding me? And those are street shoes. Actually, I think they're church shoes.
I don't think I can say this in this building, can I?
You can say anything you want, but yes. And it wasn't over a Sprite this time, or a 7-Up. But what's going to happen here is Drake Younger's going to go up, and Mox is going to go down. And now the belt of Drake Younger comes off, so he can replace it with a shinier, bigger, prettier belt by the end of this battle.
And look at this now, Younger just trying to choke the life out of the champion.
Well, is life worth living if you're not world champion? Maybe not for Jon Moxley.
Oh, God, he's hanging the man. Look at this.
Hey, he has still 5.
Mox can't get any air at all. Trying to work his hand in between the belt and his throat. Look at him, he is fading.
He's fading quick. He's fading quick, but the glory of Drake Younger is going up even quicker. Drake Younger releases it, because Drake Younger has something even more diabolical planned.
That's all well and good, but you know, if Mox had passed out in that situation, Drake Younger would then have to try and get the limp body of Jon Moxley back into the ring to win the world title.
That's a great point, but the point is, it takes a long time to recover from being choked out with a belt. If Drake moves quick, he would have been able to do it, but he's got other plans.
There's a time when this crowd would have erupted in applause every time Drake Younger picked up a chair.
And now they're sitting there angrily, upset that they know what's going to happen, that Drake Younger is going to win the title. He's going to be able to have a big party with all the women he wants later on tonight when he walks around town with that gold.
Oh, and look at this. Mox running back with the knees. Oh! And there was that implant DDT.
That's exactly what Moxley needed right now. High impact move to take down the Golden Boy.
Mox now back to his feet. This crowd firmly behind him.
Moxley's lost a lot of blood. Let's see what he's got left in the tank here.
I don't know. He's on the move. Big back elbow.
And Jon Moxley has got to go for a cover. But like you said, he's lost so much blood, and that might have been all he had left in the tank. That might be all he has left.
I don't know. We've seen Moxley time and time again with his back against the wall. And he always seems to have a little more than you give him credit for.
Hey, I've always called him the craftiest world champion in history, but he's dealing with the greatest world champion.
And right now he's lighting up the greatest world. Oh! Younger saw what was coming, clotheslined him to the outside, and this is not where Mox wants to be.
It's not where he wants to be, but it's where Drake Younger has him, and Drake Younger is going to upgrade from the Fork.
You never know what's underneath a CZW ring.
You've got that.
Younger now going for the table.
And this is going to be the finale. This is how he's going to finish off Moxley. If he can use that table, do what he has to do. We're going to have a new world champion. Oh!
The edge of the table, no less, driven into the champion's ribs.
And that's going to affect Moxley if he even has the opportunity to latch on a hook and ladder later. When your ribs are sore, it's hard to execute anything, let alone breathe.
Oh, he's setting him up. Your lips to his ears.
All right, man, we all love Drake, but I wouldn't go that far. But how far is Drake going to go on that table? This Moxley's got a counter.
Mox has a
Pile driver through a table.
good Lord. This crowd eating it up with a spoon.
But Jon Moxley had a hard landing himself. But if he could get Drake back in the ring, another proven clutch performer.
Mox actually said to me, you know, he might not score 30 points a game, but he finds a way to hit that 3-point right at the buzzer. That is what his specialty is.
The baseball analogy works, but Moxley is still down. But what's more important is what's in the ring right now. Drake Younger, Jon Moxley, world title on the line. They've let it all hang out here at Night of the 59.
What a co-main event, of course, you got fans bring the weapons.
Oh! Cutter!
He's got him hooked. Oh, so close.
So close that Papa George Gear's hand actually hit the mat a split second after Drake Younger lifted his shoulder.
It doesn't get any closer to that, but look at Mox now. Mox finally got his hands on the fork. Younger, though, with a low blow.
Younger with the perfect counter, a champion's counter.
A low blow, really?
Hey, whatever works in a situation like this. Are you trying to say using a tables? Oh, there we go. The adulation. You just want to spray it all over him and soak him in it.
Jesus. I can't sit next to you anymore. Oh! Good God! Sits out with the Blue Thunder. This could do it right here. Oh!
Almost had a new world champion. And Drake Younger has a right to be angry. Drake Younger now perfecting his balance by putting his shoe back on and perfecting the dent in the skull of Jon Moxley.
The champ is out cold. But Younger taking this opportunity to jaw jack, to try and piss off these fans even further instead of making a cover. If you really want to be the world champion, pin the man, for Christ's sake.
Oh, he will. Give him a minute here. But you don't want to give Moxley a minute. This might actually be a bad idea by the Golden Boy. Here it comes.
He's going for it. He's got him up.
Drake's landing. New champion.
He's got him covered. This is it.
No!
Two only.
Two count only. After the Drake's landing, Younger's coup de grace. Jon Moxley will not give up the world title that easily.
Younger now going to the chairs. Oh, look at this.
Look at that demonic structure. His two steel folding chairs, ass to ass, upside down, all around. That's just gonna hurt.
If you get dropped on those mating steel chairs, this match is over. But look at Moxley.
Oh, he's got him rolled up.
He got him.
Introducing first, the challenger. Weighing this evening at 215 pounds. Ladies and gentlemen, the notorious 187 and his opponent, weighing this evening at 220 pounds and hailing from Nasty Valley, he is the current CZW World Heavyweight Champion, Jon Moxley!
Hello everyone and welcome to this special presentation, a CZW title defense. by the unpredictable and enigmatic Jon Moxley. As you see the prize, Moxley set to defend against the notorious 187 Homicide. My name is Joe Dombrowski. We thank you so much for joining us as part of the Current Wrestling Stars series. And we got a good one for you here in South Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, the infamous Extreme Arena, which had a cult-like following for many, many decades, and these are just two of hundreds of brave warriors who have entered a hallowed hall. Moxley, as my good friend Les Thatcher would say, is a little left of center sometimes. Homicide has no fear, no intimidation. He has fought the best, and he can go any style you want. Moxley could come off a bit aloof. Bottom line, he's just different. And some may not know how to read that or make of that, but to me, that's a definitive advantage in the ring for Jon Moxley. Homicide backs Moxley into the corner. And Moxley seemed a little frustrated that Homicide got the advantage in the early going. Homicide may be the most well-rounded competitor anywhere in wrestling. He can brawl, he can go on the mat, nice takedown, he can fly, he can do the cruiserweight style, the rapid-fire style, he can do the hardcore style, he can do anything. Pace quickens, we're at a stalemate. Homicide trained by the Raging Bull, Manny Fernandez, who kind of listening to Moxley's trash talking. Homicide not backing down. I was going to say that Manny Fernandez is a wild one in his own right, and Homicide has mentored and trained some of the best young talents come out of the Northeast scene and move on to national and international glory. His Homicide with some very bold articulation all his own. Homicide with a knife-edge chops, and not doing it to emulate anyone, not doing it in tribute to anyone. He just wants to hurt Moxley. He wants to create a weakness, and Moxley slips him behind the leg sweep. Homicide taken down, and Moxley measures Homicide with the elbow. Can't put Homicide away that early, though. That was almost a Muta-esque elbow in its execution, its impact. Got that power drive type delivery to it. Homicide able to drop down, however. Moxley quickened the pace. Homicide has less body weight. With distance comes opportunity. Moxley is dazed on the outside. Can Homicide follow through? No. Mox a step ahead. And Moxley sends Homicide vaulting back to the guardrail. That's baseball slide. Drop kick able to connect. Moxley knows that, as does Homicide, this title will be won or lost in the ring. And Homicide looking for a pile driver. Looking for some heavy hitters here early. Moxley countered Homicide. Was able to get a quick fall attempt. And Moxley down into an STF. And notice how tightly that is cinched in. The leg is grapevine. That step over toe hold, Homicide's foot was nearly touching his back. And the chin lock bending the top of the body of Homicide backwards. Homicide quick and smart to escape. Jawbreaker, Homicide charges in. Homicide has held world championships, singles and tags, but has Homicide ever met anyone quite like Jon Moxley? Oh God, what a collision. A straight up collision. Their bodies were rocked. I'm not sure if they hit heads, but they both felt the effects. Champion and challenger need to regroup. You never know what flavor you're going to get, so to speak, when either of these men are involved. That's why a matchup between the two is so intriguing. And Homicide now trips up Moxley, has the neck crimp, has the hammer lock behind the back of Moxley. A submission attempt here. Mox is tangled up, and he has no open appendage to even reach a rope to get a break. Oh, and Moxley Moxley's nose got completely busted, maybe broken on that collision a moment ago that took both men down. Homicide the back elbow. Homicide, literally and figuratively, like a shark sensing blood here. Homicide realizes there's weakness in the champion and zeroing in. Tornado DDT, nicely done. Moxley on his head. Homicide on top, new champion. Moxley kicks out. It'll be a huge moment for Homicide and a huge momentum shift here in the story of both these athletes. It's so hard to keep Moxley off his feet. Check out the pop into the hips of Homicide. Now this is a tribute. The Eddie Guerrero-esque Three Amigos. Certainly someone who was a huge inspiration, a trendsetter, and a barrier breaker for many Latino stars, including Homicide. And now, I was going to ask if we were about to see a Eddie Guerrero frog splash. Moxley not going to wait around to find out. Moxley with superhuman-like recovery skills here from his back to the top rope in a matter of seconds in a superplex. Drills Homicide, but you got to wonder how Moxley's breathing is being affected with all of that blood clogging up the nostrils of Moxley. Is his equilibrium damaged? Are his sinuses damaged? There's a lot of different ailments that could come with one injury. Both men eye-to-eye, scowls on their faces as the competitive spirit is making this battle personal. It's a gut check. It's who wants it more. It's who's the battle for the block here in South Philadelphia. Moxley has the size advantage with Homicide matching him shot for shot. Neither man wanting to relent, and it's turning into this, it's like a hockey fight here. Rapid fire rights, Homicide the headbutt. And both men looking for some extra momentum to get the other down. Clothesline, duck, Ringo cutter. Homicide connects. Can he follow through? Oh, and Moxley came back with a cutter of his own. How's that for a message in a near fall? Homicide, I believe, had taken off that elbow pad. He was going for that massive lariat that I've seen him hit so much over the years, but Moxley, with a page out of Homicide's own playbook, and nearly beat him with one of his own pet moves. Double chicken wing now by the champion. Homicide hits a cutter again. And Moxley instinctively to his feet, but got rocked with a lariat now near fall. Homicide got the lariat on the second attempt. Moxley was working on instinct. I don't think Moxley wants, per se, or his body doesn't want him to get to his feet. He knew he had to. And could this be the Gringo Killer? No. Moxley knows it'll be the end. Roll up for two. And Moxley's got his back against the wall here. Homicide's looking to finish this thing. Moxley, I sense a bit more desperation, as now into the Fujiwara-style armbar. You can see the awkward angle. That arm and shoulder is being bent back. Homicide has had a career-long history of shoulder issues. This will not behoove the notorious 187. And Homicide quickly and measuredly able to get to the bottom rope. Moxley has to figure out a formula here soon. He is still losing blood. The elbow connects in the corner. But Homicide caught Moxley and just drills him across the ring with the overhead release suplex. Homicide with his size was able to get underneath Moxley to get extra impact and extra distance. And here comes the killer. Moxley got dropped on his head. cervical compression personified, but Moxley, maybe it's instincts. I don't know if it could be anything else at this point. Moxley rolled to the floor because bottom line, he was done. Moxley's having a hard time breathing. All of his oxygen has to come in and out through the mouth at this point. That nose is it's just not functional. And if he tries to breathe, he's just inhaling blood at this point. Homicide realized this matchup may be a formality at this point. You can only win the title via pinfall or submission. Center of the ring. Homicide now. Could this be the frog splash we discussed earlier? No! Homicide went for a standard splash, but Moxley was able to get the knees up, drive the wind out of Homicide, and now he has trouble breathing. Moxley's done an excellent job of neutralizing his opposition and making his weakness into Homicide's weakness, albeit for a moment. Homicide will recover quicker. He's not losing blood. Moxley the cradle and a near fall. Homicide to his feet. DDT. What could be a forerunner to what we know now as the paradigm shift, but not perfected that maneuver yet. So Moxley looks to elevate Homicide. Having trouble, Homicide's fighting. Homicide struggling to escape, but Moxley trails him. And Jon Moxley picks up the victory. Retains the title.
The time of 11 minutes and 17 seconds. Your winner and still CZW World Heavyweight Champion, Jon
Wait a minute. Out of the crowd, here comes Brody Lee. Big rig Brody Lee, 6'8", near 300 pounds, just drilled Moxley with a boot to the face after Moxley has fought for his life to retain his championship. And as one challenger is defeated, another steps to the front of the line. Brody runs over Moxley like the proverbial Mack truck. And Brody knows that Moxley is injured, Moxley is vulnerable, and Brody making a statement, and there you see what it surrounds. It's all about the CZW title. Brody shows Moxley the championship and lets him fall. Is that symbolic for what may happen when Moxley and Brody inevitably go one-on-one? When you are the champion, you are a target. Everybody wants a piece of you. Everybody wants your money, your glory, and your spotlight. And many of these fans are devout Moxley loyalists. They're none too pleased with how this particular segment ended, but a warning shot has been fired by Brody Lee. And Moxley, if there's one thing I know about Moxley, he's not afraid. He's fired up. He's indignant. He's pissed off. He's ready to fight some more. But Moxley won't complain. He won't whine. He'll go back to training and strategizing and be ready for a war. But tonight, Moxley is still the champion.